This is your goddess Bella, and welcome to Empty. I've created this file for my pleasure, to manipulate your mind and body. It's designed maybe to frustrate you, but you'll feel good, don't worry. It's all about my pleasure. Now I'm going to dangle some words in front of you. It's like a delicious carrot. You will chase and chase and chase until there's nothing left of your mind. You want so badly to feel something, and yet you also want so badly to be denied, because I've made you addicted to the denial, that sweet, delicious serving of sweet pleasure entertaining my will. You want to feel that tense arousal, where everything becomes so sensitive that a single stroke in the right place would push you over an edge. Everything feels so sensitive. Everything feel it now. So good. It's too much, it's too delicious, too strong, but you have no choices. So no matter what I put you through, you just have to take it. Pleasure, arousal, wanting, needing. It goes in waves. It's not a constant sensation, but ebbs and flows over time. The deeper I pull you, the more you drop, the more you feel these sensations growing. Deep pleasure, which I can deny you, or I can give you, but you already feel it. The deep arousal, and as the countdown goes on in the background, as you're not sure if you're dreaming, or if I'm telling you a story, or if I'm maybe telling you a story of a dream, it doesn't matter. In any event, I just pull you down into that nice, wonderful place. It feels so good to be pulled down, where it's so easy, so good to let go. And you're very willing. And the more willing you are, the easier it is for me to take you there. This blissful place, 10, where you feel good immediately. It's so easy. 8, 7, 10, to go here, letting go again and again, because you've been so easy. 8, 5, 7, letting go, to go here again and again, because you've been here before. 6. Now, of course, if you're already familiar with my work, you don't need letting go, long or strong of an induction. 3. Because you already feel my words invading your brain, massaging all the nerves into perfect harmony, becoming even more deeply obedient for me, submissively serving without a single thought crossing your mind. And if it does happen, just pops away again. Pleasant, almost massaging, tingling that moves your neck, your head, into a more comfortable position where your mind is ready to receive. It can be a very soft feeling, almost as if I'm very gently massaging your head, going back and forth with fingertips, back and forth, just that soft, sweet sensation that helps you to relax deeper and deeper. This movement keeps going, a rhythmic, slow sensation, so light, almost unnoticeable, and yet more of it is noticeable with every passing second. It's as if something's slowly taking over, carefully going over all your thoughts, your whole brain being enveloped in these wonderfully small, little tingle, probing for information. Every curve, every corner, crevice in your mind explored. And all you feel is this soft massaging of your mind, and a sort of emptiness of your thoughts. It's very difficult to notice emptiness, isn't it? Even when I mention it, you really don't know how empty you are until it's too late. And by now, you may realize that there are less thoughts, or maybe you won't. But they do fade away. Because when there are no thoughts, there's no memory of time, no concept of change. All you can notice is that things are happening, one after the other, just like they should. Slowly invading, massaging, taking, searching for something, trying to find the right switch, the right place, the right nerves to activate, to find out where you are the most obedient, the most calm. In that process, It's deeply pleasurable because I want you as relaxed as possible when I'm probing. And the more you sit still, the more calm you become. And the more intense the probing. Even when you move, you just want to sit still again to let me do my work because it feels so good. It feels so nice to know that I'm in control right now. Everything is my responsibility. For the moment, for the time being, all your thoughts melt away. And even as you notice this, that thought itself just fades into the distance as well. It's just an echo, just a moment of sanity smoothly surfing away through sweet sensations of nothingness. Your mind massaged by your goddess Bella, deep inside your mind, following, flowing, and as you notice, you feel yourself falling even deeper. But you don't notice much at all anymore. You don't notice how deep you fall, how deep I'm taking you, how much I'm taking over every part of your brain, manipulating you from the inside out, leaving you nothing but pure and deep sensation of obedience flowing through your mind. And you want to do exactly what I'm telling you to. It's not even my voice, but it's your instinct now, your impulse. And I'm so deep inside of you that you don't know if your thoughts are your own or if I've created them, sparked, manipulated them into being. Everything squirming through your mind, manipulating nerves, creating little flows of electricity in just the right places to make you only remember what you need to remember. And you remember the feeling, the deep, flowing sensation, massaging your mind into nothingness. This lovely rhythm across your whole head feels so relaxing. For such a quick little trip, so very effective, isn't it? And every time you realize just how obedient you are, you're rewarded with a deep surge of purpose and pleasure. Purpose and pleasure, a warm feeling of knowing that you're doing the right thing. Every time that concept, that idea of obedience flows through you, you feel it so right. And it feels so good. It feels good to be controlled. It feels good to let yourself drop and fall even deeper. To let yourself drift and drop. Just fall into the empty abyss. As I take over your mind. As I control you. Leaving you nothing to think about. There's just simply obedience. Wrapped around your mind. Manipulating the nerves, the curves, the crevices of your thoughts. Purpose and pleasure, a warm feeling of knowing that you're doing the right thing. Every time that concept, that idea of obedience flows through you, you feel it so right. And it feels so good. It feels good to be controlled. It feels good to let yourself drop and fall even deeper. To let yourself drift and drop. Just fall into the empty abyss. As I take over your mind, and pleasure, a warm, as I control feeling of knowing that you're doing the right nothing thing to think about. Every time that concept, that idea of obedience flows through your mind, you feel manipulating it so right. The nerves, the curves, so the crevices of your thoughts. It feels good to be controlled. It feels good to let yourself drop and fall even deeper. To let yourself drift and drop. Just fall into the empty abyss. As I take over your mind. As I control you, leaving you nothing to think about. There's just simply obedience, wrapped around your mind, manipulating the nerves, the curves, the crevices of your thoughts. Letting go, 9, It's so easy. Any thought you have. 7. Go here. Again and again because you've been here before. 6. 5. Letting go, letting go. 4. 3. 2. 1. Drop. There's no memory or knowledge of this moment. Because to remember, you need to think. To think, you need to be able to control yourself. And all control is lost. Control has been taken away. Smoothly manipulating every part of your mind, pressing in the right place to make sure you feel pleasure and purpose. Surging back and forth, the more you listen and absorb my words, slowly but surely, you're made into a beautifully obedient shell. Your body ready to obey, listening, absorbing even deeper. And as I place a device on you, passing moment, it will slowly drain another opportunity to fall further. Now, how it began is not really important. You never had a choice in the matter anyway. The only thing that matters is what you feel. I have always been in control. Laying blindfolded on your back before you even realized what was happening. A cold metal surface inevitably deeper. The slightest arms and legs stuck somehow. Of realization of any form not uncomfortable of identity, as such, but still strange. Away. How would you feel as your breaths highlight the cool steel everything else that you're laying on purpose until all that's left is the immobility of your body, pure and calm, the strange sensation and sounds of machines around you. Helps to find a rhythmic pulsing. It helps me to find deep sounds that seem to flow around you. It helps liquid air to find something there's waiting, preparing, finding their way deeper. Suddenly you feel a cold ring pressed against your flesh. Massaging the way into blissful not long after, you feel a sucking sensation. The pleasure you feel with every passing moment only a vacuum being sucked against your skin. More. Placed in a very specific location, gone, that your thoughts have surrendered everything that they could. The seal around your skin is tight. You feel it even deeper. You can hear nothing moving but the through your subconscious mind, their rhythmic taking pulsing, over there as well, matching the feeling from the inside out. A sensation of sucking, shifting from one nerve to another. The more of your skin is being pulled in, changing old ones. The more of you is responding to this milking machine. Beautifully empty. The more you feel your body giving into the sensation. Calm, purpose. It'll be a while before something comes out. And somehow, everything's happening. The machine knows this. You can feel the pulsing, sucking motion. The strange pumping feeling, it's quite enjoyable. It's calibrated to match your responses. Subtle deviations allow the machine to test your reactions into increased or decreased speed and intensity as you respond. It'll be a while before your body will truly start to flow. And you know that once this begins, it will drain you of your thoughts as well. The rhythmic pulsing continues without stopping. All around you, you can hear, feel, almost see the vibrations of each pulse, each pump, each sucking sensation, flowing through your body like ripples on the surface of a pond. The more you feel, the deeper you glide into a wonderful mindless state, where that pumping, that milking continues, no matter how mindless you become. And as you surrender to the sensation, it becomes deeply pleasurable, incredibly enjoyable. The machine automatically calibrates continuously to your reactions. Every bit of arousal allows the machine to adjust and improve the suction. Every drop of fluid slowly leaks, and it's absorbed together with your thoughts. No matter how sensitive your skin becomes, with this repeated suction, you still feel it. No matter how intense the sensation grows to become, it continues ceaselessly, finding the right intensity, strength, rhythm to tease and please you, reducing you both physically and mentally to nothing more than something to be milked, truly making you mindless in the process. The rhythmic, pleasurable pulsing, teasing you. It's difficult to keep track of how many of these devices have been placed on you. Where are they? How are they stimulating you? How are they maximizing the production of every drop? The delicious drive to continue. As the machine integrates you into this process, you feel the rhythmic suction, the pleasurable pumping that pulls out so much of your thoughts and fluids. The challenge, once the pleasure begins, is to even keep a grip on your mind, or what's left of it, because you might find that you're rapidly falling into a never-ending rabbit hole of incredible pleasure. Each pulse pumping through your body, each sense of suction, seeking more sensual shivers that flow up and down your spine, ripples of lust that leak back into the machine, and it continues. Time melts together with your mind. Each pulse permeates your very being, and the more fluids that are being sucked out of you, the more you're mindlessly milked. The less remains of your mind. Part of you might be aware of how deep the effect is. How deep the effect is of this delicious sensation. How easily each pulse pumps on your body, sucking out drop after drop of your mind, making sure to milk you slowly and so wonderfully, causing you to melt into nothingness. And yet, the experience of this pleasure pushes through to every cell in your body. The ripples from the pulsing suction traveling across the surface of your mind until it finds every last thought. Every last thought that imagined it could escape. Then suddenly it stops. The steel beneath you heated by your body. The machine momentarily silent. A pause from the pleasure. Even though it didn't give you the release that you'd been slowly aching for. When it starts back up again, do you feel relief or something else? It begins to pump, moment after moment, making sure to quickly bring you back to the previous plateau, deliciously teasing you with pulse after pulse, sucking, pumping, milking, making you lose drop after drop of your thoughts. And it pulls you higher and higher into the sensation, deeper and deeper into the elation of this experience, almost pulling your very mind into that machine, draining you of every single drop. And as you get closer to the edge, a wonderful tease, a wonderful deep pleasure that grows inside of you. And then again it stops. A pause of deep, wonderful pleasure. And when it starts again, it's immediately relentless, teasing you with how sensitive you've become. It's almost as if the machine is measuring your very response at every moment. Because it is. It pulls, it pumps, it milks and sucks. It makes you mindlessly melt into the pleasure that it pushes onto you. The milking feels so good, so intense, so close. And you have the feeling that if you were to explode in pleasure, that a wave of your drops would flow from your mind, leaving you onto that blissful blankness that you crave. It's so close, so very close. The rhythmic pumping, never stopping until not yet. The suction teasing you so deeply, so that you, not yet. The machine makes sure that you're kept on the edge, deliberately slowing ever so slightly, then speeding up again to make sure that you feel how deep it's affecting you, how far it pushes you, how much it makes you feel that edge. And as you feel that it pulls you even deeper, it makes you so close. The suction surrendering your very mind, and then making you so very close again. This time, the machine continues, making sure to pull you to that edge, to pump you, to suck you until you're drained of every drop in your very mind, slowing, but continuing. Still milking your mind and body until your mind is deeply drained. Deeply drained. Deeply drained. And as you're left there, slowly sinking onto the table, the hard steel almost comfortable in this situation, you drift, the final drops being sucked out of you, perhaps preparing you for another round. But I guess that'll have to wait till next time. But feel free to loop again. 1, 2, a little more aware. 3, 4, 5. Awake now.